Hello and welcome to another playthrough with commentary. This is the console killer, and I figured I'd do another commentary on my other one credit run. I only really have two of them, so I figured I'd bang this one out too. But yeah, this game wasn't too bad to do on one credit. It's not too hard. I found this car to be the easiest one to use. You know, the race car, it's faster, it's easier to crash, and you burn gas a lot faster. So, you know, for me, this was the right balance. I think the cars kind of serve as the difficulty levels for the game, but there may be some dip switches and things like that to make the game harder too, since it's an arcade game. I didn't mess with that. But yeah, there's not too much to this game except just memorizing the levels. I mean, you know, it's not really a hell of a lot to it. It just took me some time to memorize the levels. I think I used save states to practice some of the levels. I did this a little while ago. So I tried to practice them so I had them down. The later levels are a little tricky. But not too bad. I believe you can jump on top of the cars too, so sometimes that's useful. I mostly just try to avoid the other cars. You want to make sure you get as much of the fuel as you can, because that's the main thing that kills you, is running out of fuel. I think that's the only way you actually lose. Of course, crashing is not good. That wastes your time. Your fuel is basically like time for the most part. I think it runs faster while you're driving, but ultimately it's like a timer. And the other vehicle that you can pick is a truck that's much slower. I found that to be hard to use as well. And I think I go into the second loop and almost complete it. I may use the race car for that one, but I'm not sure. I haven't watched this video in a while. I'm actually just watching it again now as I'm doing the commentary, you know, so I haven't looked over it. I believe I completed it a few months ago, though, so it wasn't too long ago. But yeah, later on, there's definitely some close calls. But, you know, I also learned where I could fall in some of the pits and use the little transport. Because when you fall in a pit, you'll get this transporter that lets you, like, kind of skip past part of the level. So I use that in some areas purposely to get to the end of the level. I find it's faster at some point. Or at least that's what worked for me, you know, in practice. I just use whatever works for me and pretty much stick with that. This was a great fucking game, though, man. I really enjoyed this game a lot. I thought it was a classic type of game, great game. It was also a lot of fun because it was a pretty moderate game to do on one credit. It didn't take me too long. It was definitely easier than Double Dragon was, the one on 1cc. Because Double Dragon, there's so much bullshit at the end of that game on that final level. You know, those traps, they just feel so random to me, which I explained in that video as well. But yeah, I figured this would be a good one to bang out. I know there's not much to say. It's probably not too exciting to hear commentary on this game. But, you know, I figured I enjoyed this game a lot, so I figured it'd be kind of cool to do a commentary version. What I'm probably going to do with all my playthroughs is that the ones that have commentary, they'll have a commentary version But I'll probably always post the raw version as well, because, you know, you don't always want to hear somebody fucking talking when you're trying to watch the game and listen to the music and check the game out. So that's why I want to provide both versions, you know. I think that'd be better. Of course, this one already had a regular version, since these are older videos, and I'm just going back now and doing some commentary on them. So, I'd like to do Streets of Rage 3 soon. As I mentioned, that was the hardest beat 'em up that I completed, so that would be cool to do a commentary on. I think I'll have a lot more to say on that one, from what I remember. And Hagane was pretty challenging, especially the last few levels. So that would be a good one to do on commentary, I think. So I'll definitely find, you know, I'll definitely go through some of my older videos and re-upload them with commentary. And of course, keep the original versions, you know, as they are. And moving forward, when I, you know, beat games, I'll probably do commentary on a number of the videos. I don't think I'm going to do commentary on all the playthroughs, just because, you know, even the shorter ones, because some of them are just so basic. I mean, there's really not that much to say. You can pretty much see what's going on in the videos. It's self-explanatory. And I guess this one, you know, this one kind of fits into that category, but I figured it wouldn't hurt to put out another version of commentary. We'll see how they go. If you know, especially if I get good feedback, I'll do more even on the easier game. But, this was one of the only other 1cc runs that I did, so you know it's kind of unique in that sense, because I don't really do 1 credit runs. I did start a playlist for it, so that kind of motivated me to maybe do more of them. And there's a channel, 1 Credit Classics, and there's been some other channels too that have been doing these 1 credit runs, which kind of inspired me to want to do more of them. So I definitely think it's cool. It's a good feeling when you do beat the game on 1 credit, whether it be a console or an arcade game. You know, I made 2 playlists, one for 1 credit console and one for 1 credit arcade run. Yeah, this level, I think this level starts to get kind of challenging. This is where it starts to get kind of challenging. You know, I wouldn't say it's really not. I wouldn't say it's an easy game. It just didn't take me that long to do. I was able to get it down pretty quickly, but I still wouldn't consider it easy. I mean, you still have to be on. You know, you have to be on top with the reactions and everything. But you know, that comes to. It's not just about reacting. You'll get better just by learning the layouts of the levels and, you know, memorizing that. I mean, you can see I'm doing pretty shitty here, so I wasn't exactly fucking, you know, memorizing this whole level on this playthrough at least. I think I've done better on some of these levels in previous playthroughs, but you know, that wasn't the 1 credit run, so you know, this is the one that got posted for the 1 credit run. I never edit footage from other videos and mix it in, you know, I just show it as it happened. But I do have other runs on my channel that are like 5 credits, 3 credits, I think, so there's some other ones. But I mean, this is the best one, because this is, you know, this is doing it on 1 credits. I think this is the most exciting one. But I did post the other ones as well, a few of the other ones. I think it's kind of cool to be able to see the process that goes into beating a game or doing a challenge, you know. So I try to post some of the attempts leading up to the final attempt at 1 credit, you know, so you can kind of see some of the work that went into it. I just, one thing I hate is you know, deceptive videos and dishonesty, as far as, you know, people saying they beat something on the first try or whatever the fuck it is. You know, I just like to be really transparent about, you know, what it took me to do something, and you know, I was writing it all in the descriptions. I'm probably going to do a lot more of that now in the commentary when I have commentary. I just don't like the bullshit about, you know, shit like that. I mean, my whole purpose was to put out a channel that, you know, a passionate channel that, you know, based on what I enjoy doing, and that's the challenge, you know, overcoming the challenges of a lot of these games is an ultimate rush for me. I really enjoy that. I mean, this wasn't really one of those games that was, you know, that hard to do or anything, but it's still very, you know, very enjoyable to get the 1 credit on it. I enjoyed it. I'm just not talking much about the game yet because there's really not that much to say. I mean, you know, just travel at full speed and jump when you need to, and that's about it. Collect the gasoline, shields, and stuff like that are good. But, I mean, that's about it. But you'll see, it definitely does get harder. Yeah. I mean, this is a tough level. I fuck up a lot here on these pits, so I mean, it's pretty lenient. You know, mean, I probably barely beat this one. Oh, no, this one wasn't too close. Some of them are really close from what I remember. Some of them were down like to the last sliver of gasoline, pretty much. But maybe that wasn't on this playthrough. You know, I did several playthroughs, so I could be thinking about it. You know, I may have not come that close. I think this. I'm not sure if this was the hardest level, or it may not be. It may be an easy level. I don't even fucking remember at this point. I'll know though. I'll know if this is the level I'm thinking about. It may be the next level that I'm thinking about. Let me see. I have to see a little bit more. That's what happens when I come back to a video after a few months of not playing a game. No, this is that was a really easy. That's almost like a bonus stage or something. You know? That was the really easy one. I think it's the next one. The final level is tough. That's the one I was thinking about. Yeah, I think this is the last level. This one can be tough. I think this is the hardest level. I don't remember how well I did. I guess I did well enough to beat the game on credits. So that's good. Those missiles can be tricky because, as you're landing from a lot of those jumps, you'll often hit into the missile. And the thing that fucks you up with hitting into those missiles is that then you don't have enough time to get your speed back up again for the next jump. So you could end up falling in multiple pits in a row. That's what can make this level, hard from what I remember. So you got to be very careful about those missiles. They really fuck up your momentum. But, you'll have a general idea after you've played it enough time. That part's not as hard as it looks with these narrow platforms, but you still gotta be paying attention, but it's not too hard. See, those missiles are coming close, that's where it gets dangerous. See, I'm landing on top of those guys will kill them, so that's a good way to get them out of the way. It looks like I actually did quite well on this level, on this attempt. I can't say the same for some of my other playthroughs, but yeah, I guess I did. I had that level down pretty well for that run. And yeah, I think I'd do a second one just for the fuck of it. I figured I might as well go until I waste my credit, since I didn't waste the credit.
I'll keep this memory deep into my RAM, and I'll never forget it.
I can't remember if I skipped the ending. I don't think it's too long. It's probably almost over. See, now it loops back, and you can't use the same car, so you have to pick one of the other vehicles. So I went with the race car, which is the fastest. The race car can be tough to use, but I think I ended up doing pretty well and getting far into the game. I'm not sure if the second loop also has more enemies and obstacles or anything like that. I didn't notice much of a change with that. But what made it harder was that I wasn't used. I haven't really used the race car, which is faster and it wastes more gas, so it's a little bit different. I think this car also really slows down on sand. Because sometimes you'll see the car really slow down a lot. I think the race car may be even worse at driving over that than the other car. Not really certain on that though, but it seemed like.
You're running out of energy.
You also collect things while you're in the air, so you don't have to worry about driving over the gasoline on the ground or anything. You can just, as long as you're lined up with shit, I think you'll get it. The gasoline, definitely. Some of the other items, I think there may be some balloon-type items that you have to be in the air to get, but I'm not sure. Like the shields and shit like that, but... I mean, those items are more negligible. The real main thing you have to focus on getting are those gas cans. You don't really want to miss those. Like, missing one of those could mean losing the level, pretty much. You know, not always, but some levels are really close. This seems like it would have been a great console game if they ported it over and maybe added some more levels to it or something like that. You know, because it's a short game, but if it was 2 or 3 times longer, it would have probably been a cool console game. I would have fucking, you know, liked it if it was just like, you know, same, just this game ported to console would have been cool. It's definitely a Capcom game that I never heard of before. I just found it when I was going through the menus on the Hyperspin interface. I wouldn't mind playing it again. It was a lot of fun. Maybe trying to beat it with the other vehicles on one credit would be cool. The race car I almost did, so I could always go back and try to do that. It's definitely a replayable game. It's, you know, pretty much no filler. That's what I like about some of these old games. It's just straight gameplay. I missed the gas can there, but I don't know if this level comes, you know, too close at the end. Yeah, see, I missed that flying gas can because I wasn't in the air. So if it's, you know, if it's something on a balloon, then you have to jump to get it. But those ones on the edge, I don't really go for a lot of times because, you know, they're kind of dangerous to get. Yeah. And here you can kind of just pass through. So you get some gas cans while you're using that transporter. And you'll pretty much make it through if you have, you know, as long as you have a decent amount of fuel left, that's all you have to do at the end of that. You don't have to make all those jumps and all that shit. The race car also, if it's faster, I think it changes the jumps. Like, I think you may jump farther. Or something was different about it that threw me off. So there are some adjustments you have to make for the different vehicles. It's cool that they're not just faster and slower versions of the other vehicles. It seems like there's some differences. Like, this vehicle's horrible in the sand. I don't think, like I said, I don't think the regular car slows down like that in the sand to that degree. So, you know, it seems like there's some interesting differences between the vehicles. The race car, you really want to jump a lot when you're in the sand because you go so slow. I always slow down for that part so I can make that horizontal movement and get, like, you know, pretty much all the gas cans. So it's worth slowing down for that part. As you probably saw me do inside that enemy's rib cage. Not really an enemy, but that huge rib cage with the head on it. And as long as you're in the air, those bullets won't hit you. So, you know, just while you're moving, just jump, and you'll go right over them. Pretty much when you're in the air, you're invincible. I can't think of a time when you'll die in the mid-air. So as long as you're in the air, and you can, you know, it's good to stay in the air a lot in this game. But yeah, this is pretty much the end of this level. I don't remember how much farther I get on this run. Anytime I do a 1 credit run and, you know, it's a game that loops over, I'll probably, you know, do the second loop as well if I can, or at least try to see how far I can get, because, you know, I'd rather waste the entire credit, see how far I get on the 1 credit. So I figured I could add a little bonus content if anybody watches beyond the first playthrough. I'm guessing I probably don't beat the next level because there's not much time left in the video, so. Okay, yeah, this is a hard one too. We'll see how far I get into this level. If I wanted to beat it with the race car, then probably what I would have done is make a save state maybe from this level and up, you know, that way I could practice with just the race car. And, you know, get the levels, the last 3 levels or so, get them down. But that wasn't really my goal. I just wanted to do the 1 credit run with, you know, any vehicle. Yeah, so that ends that run. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for many more.